So as we discussed last time about the Dockerfile, a quick recap. So last class we had a discussion on run, sorry, from work directory and as well as uh, copy, yeah, copy and add and as well as run. So these things we have already discussed and we done some kind of experiment over these instructions by creating the Docker file and executing them over the Docker host, right? We understand that from is nothing but a base image where it is going to run as a main container. Inside this container, your code is going to run. Okay. Word directory is nothing but a directory it will create like /app. Inside that directory, we will going to work on. Copy is something it will copy your files to the /app directory, right? Add also same. Add is having some extra feature. If you have tar files, so .tar files only it can extract, not the zip files. Last time we have done on zip. That's why it is not able to extract the zip files. Tar file can be downloaded from the online. Tar file can be downloaded by using curl or wget. We can use both curl, wget, and we can download them and we can extract them. Okay. And run is used to install the dependencies, which is going to add the layers. So these are the things we have done. Did anyone tried and having any issue while you are doing this practice or confusion? Do you have any confusion on this part? Let me know. No? So this is very important and we are moving forward to the Kubernetes after this and you must know all these concepts. Okay, just give me a minute. Sorry, someone came at my door. Yeah. So let's go to the playground and create the Ubuntu playground. So here we know that Docker version it will never change, it will be updated. And here you can create a Docker file. Okay, click on this new file, Docker file. Okay, so as we know that you can write from Ubuntu latest. So it will pull latest image from the your Docker registry. Whenever you give a specific version, then it will give the specific, it will pull the specific version only. When you not give any specific version, give as a latest tag, then it will only pull the tag version of the image, right? And then next, we know that work dir, which is nothing but slash app. You can even create anything, okay? Dev also, like this. It will go into create this directory inside the container. And then we know that copy. So copy is going to copy the entire files in the left side to your right side of your directory and in your container of slash dev directory. Add, which is going to download your tar files from the internet, and it can be extracted also. It can be extracted also. Let's try to download tar file to download. Last time we tried on the zip file. So zip is not supported by the our add instruction in the Docker file. So the few file types only it can be supported. Now if you can see sample tar, copy this link, come here and paste here. Paste. Paste is not working. And I would say slash uh, slash app. So I want it to be inside the slash app. This extracted file should be in slash app like this. And we also know that run is able to work with our installations, right? apt get update, okay, or upgrade. It is going to install. And you can also give and to continue the second command like apt get upgrade. The second command, if you wanted to execute multiple commands, whenever you add run instruction, it will going to create a layer. So instead creating the multiple layers, you wanted to enclose this all commands in one, then you should give as this enter in the down, and then you can pass one more command, okay, like ls-l like this, okay, and then here the next commands will come. So let's do this test. I would like to save this file. Go here and save it. And come to the tab 1. pwd, you are in the root. When you give ls, you have a Docker file here. What we need to do? We have to build a Docker image. What is the command? Docker build, not built. Docker build. -t is for tag. You are giving a name to this image. Like I'll give my app. Dot. When you say dot, then it is trying to find the default name of the Docker file, which is Docker file only. If you wanted to pointing out to a specific file, then you have to give -f and then you can give like this in correct directory, so that the Docker will understand the user is trying to the user is done some of the Docker configurations in this file. The Docker file instructions he written in this file. So he's telling me to build the image from this file. Okay. But now we already have this one, right? So let me go with the dot only. So it is going to find the default one. When I say it is telling that build a context docker daemon docker file in line number 3 copy is at least need to have the two arguments. That means here you need to give space. Then come and save. Then run this. Now it is trying to pull the latest Ubuntu. It is saying that pulling library Ubuntu and pulling FS layer checksum, and then it is also downloaded the newer image and it is created a /dev directory. So it's also done extraction, I guess, so into this app, but it got failed still like last time. Tar files. So let's get download this one. Wget it is telling that the connecting to this one is forbidden. Okay, that means this is the not correct file to download. So this is the tar file. Copy link, come here, wget, paste. Not downloaded. Forbidden. Wget. Now let's try to upload any tar here, which is downloaded here, right? In my downloads, it got. We have seen that last time it is able to download. Now let's try to extract it. Come here and file. What we can do, new folder, new file. No. So try to go to file. Let me try to upload. So here I have uploaded from my downloads actually. You can see sample.tar. If I come here, if I do ls, I can able to see the tar. What I'll do in this editor, I'll remove this one. Sample tar to be extracted under this /app. Go and save the file, and now you can run build command. Let's remove this. We don't need it. Now if you can see Docker images, my app image is available right now with 137 MB. Okay, which is this one is 78, and we are trying to create the two images and we got failed, right? So this is was about to success, but because of the FS layer, it is created this images, but it is not a not correct images. If you, even though you try to execute, then those images will not be executed. That's why these are none and none. Now Docker run, we can say -d and -name. We can give any name like my app 1 and my app colon latest. Even though colon latest you not give, it is trying to pull the latest image which is present inside your server. It is created. Docker ps. Docker ps. It is not running. It is having some error in it. What was error? Copy is done. Let's remove this one and let do only save. Before that, Docker logs and the container ID or my app -1. Docker inspect is a command, my app -1. So it is going to tell you about the all the things. Working directory /dev. Okay. Path this one. OLA network. This is an information. Okay, it is not showing any logs to us. Let's try to build one more image, which is app 3 or 2 image. Now let me run it as a container. My app 2. My app 2. Docker ps. No, Docker ps -a. Because of the star only, the problem. If I'll remove this, will it able to? Sample.tar -1. So this is a command that is going to execute untarring this uh, a tar file actually. Let's try it out. So this is all experiment, guys. So everything we are doing experiment in a different ways, okay, to make it success. It's not like that you need to follow one single format every time, because according to your coding, according to your repository file, your your things will be changing. You need to modify the Docker file all the time. Now it is an app 3. It's telling that from XVF is not understand the combination of with other options. So the tar is not able to do this XVF because the package is not found inside this container. What I'll do, I'll just remove this. Will only give add as a to download. Where is the link? Not to extract, just to download, like as last time we have done. But this is not having any tar here. Mhm. So here, the code section, it's going to download as this one. But if you do this and command add it here, then it has to download. Now let's say save. So we know already about this run. I'm not going to. Okay, let me keep this. Save and come here and build one more image, which is 4. There is 2 requirements need to be done in slash dev. I wanted to store in this slash dev. Now Docker run, which is 4, and this one is 4. Docker ps. Uh, Let me try. Something, a problem with some instruction. Ubuntu latest Ubuntu app. Okay. -8d my app -6 Docker PS. Now it is running. If I do Docker, okay, it's already ran, right? So Docker exec -it and Docker container ID and then bin and bash. If I do ls, it is downloaded, you can see the archived one. It is downloaded. The problem is here while I'm creating the container, I guess I'm passing this name, because of that it is not able to. Let's move forward with the same process. Now what I'll do, it is inside. I would try to create a dev one, not the app one. It is getting downloaded, right? So now what we can do, instead of the git, we wanted to download the tar file. So I was trying to search for the tar file in the Google. Tar file from GitHub repo. Downloadable tar files you want. So this is a tar here, you can see. Let's try this. Save and come here. Build your Docker image as 7 and run it as 7 and login as 7 ID. Here, just copy this one and paste, enter. See, /dev directory it is created. If I do ls, it is what it done? It is actually untarred it. Uh, did it tard it or untarred it, or it is the local things? Let's go here. Which one we have copied? The Google. This one we have copied. Copy this. Search here. It is downloading. It's an untar thing only. it will not zip. It will not unzip. It is just only untar. Okay. So which is this is downloaded, which is not done the untar actually. Untar is not done. Let me try again. Why it is not getting untar? Let's do dot and let me save it and exit from it and build it. So this is your practice. Don't get bored because we are building this many times. Untar.gz. Uh, just want tar. This kind of files, I guess it is not going to support. Again, tar.gz. It should be only the extension of .tar. Let's ask the only tar. Let's do Apache. Okay. Uh, Tomcat download. Apache Tomcat downloads. If you come here, you have this one, right? Tar, gz and tar. Okay. Let's try to do this one. Copy the link. Come to the Docker file. We'll do this one. Yeah. Save it. Come here. It is 8, right? Now it is 9. And run it as 9. And log in into 9. The same things you would be doing with your Kubernetes pods as well. How you are doing here with the container. ls, no, it is not able to download. So there is some glitch, I guess. I'll fix it up this one. And let's move forward. I'll again check this on which files it is going to support it. Basically, it has to, whatever your jar files, your tar files, your zip files, your code base from the JFrog, it has to download with the add only. It is not always copy. Okay. Run we already know. And there is one more thing called env. Okay. So env is environment variable. Example, app underscore env is equal to prod. So this environment variable you are keeping into your container side. So this is going to store the configuration. This variable inside your container. Based on this only, your connections can be happen in your infrastructure or any connection that is from the database side or any this container would come under one category, then it can only understand by using this environment variables only. So this is important. In your Docker files, whenever you see, you can able to find environment variables like environment port, environment app or environment app version like this. So this is a basic, but it is mandatory in your developer Docker files. They would be going to keep this at least among the 100 Docker files, you will find this environment variables in 70 Docker files. So this is important because it actually means a lot in your Docker container when it is running in the runtime. And the second thing is argument. Argument means, so which is while you are creating any Docker image, you are feeding this information inside your Docker image. So these are the arguments. This argument is basically we use for this kind of versions. These arguments are basically for the versions. Okay. It is only in the image. It is not in the container. What is the use of this both? Environment variable will work on the container, which is important for us. But argument, it is only at the image level. Okay. It is only at the image level. Like let's say I wanted to install a run command now. Okay. apt-get install -y python. I will say this variable to be called. Okay. Version. What is the version? 3.10. 3.10. In some cases in your repository, this versions was not directly hard coded here. You will be getting it from the GitHub secrets. Some kind of sensitive values. Even though this prod also. Here also there will be one more variable. So that much uh, hard coding, they won't do any hard coding. Everything is masked. Everything will be masked. Now here, what I'm doing, install this Python inside this Ubuntu. Which version? 3.10 version, which is argument, which is nothing but argument. Let me save this. Docker build 10. Unable to locate the Python version. Uh, let's do 3 only. This host is having some problems. If you run the same things in EC2, it will be work. Let's say 17. OpenJDK 17 or OpenJDK version. Version should be only the number here. Latest. It won't work. This latest things. No. But this can be used like this. Here it is not able to pull this, even this packages. What we can do. Oh, I have one idea. So 3.10 run apt-get update. Some binary should be updated, then only it can find. Packages should be updated. Now see, it is installed. Think like this. Now I wanted to run it as container. Run it as container, which is 10. Which is 10, right? So just run it as a container. And if you pass any commands, it will also give you the list here. Since we are running as a detachable mode, in once you can create the container and then log in inside the container. copy this and get inside ls. Okay, so Python version. Python is not there. Python not found. Okay. This is in the runtime it will be using, right? So it won't be. Now when you run docker run here, you can see when you say env, it is telling that app env prod. Home is root. Host name is this one. When I say version, I guess it has to print. I think argument will not print. No, because it is telling that the command is not found in it. And there is another way to build the same thing. How? When I'm building the Docker image, so I can also say that, hyphen build org version is equal to 3.11 dot. So 3.10 I have given in this file. While I am building the Docker image, if I say 3.11, so this will be going to override. That means while you are building the Docker image, you are giving the extra commands to it. So that's why it is going to override this one. When you build like this, it's going to take this one, but we need to, again, I give -t and all. -t app docker build org. It's not taking, I think it's deprecated. If you see, config context -v is a version, TLS log level host level list debug. We have attach commit cp create diff event kill load. It's not happening. So this is just an augment that to be installed, but this Python is not able to install in this Docker one. We'll try the same things by building the multi-stage Dockerfile in the EC2 instance. For now, it is okay. In the killer code, a few things are not supporting. Let it be. But this container should support. This host is not supporting means that at least this container should support. But even though this container is not saying that, it's not able to find. And one more thing is we are doing a wrong practice. So actually we should run always with one more user, not as a root user. Okay. So you can add any user. Right now I'm adding app user. Okay. We are running as a root user in the Ubuntu, but we should not like that. We should be as a app user. And then you can say user. and say app user. So this should be in the first itself, in the first after work directory environment and all. Like this. Okay. Now let me save this file and come here and now build your one more image, which is 11th one. See, this user is now not having the permissions. Permissions got denied to do run apt update. Okay. We can add into the group and all, but now I don't want this. Now I'll say save this one. It's same like you are maintaining the server itself, the same user management, file management, the things. Content is nothing but again a server, the same kind of things you are using. I created a user and I have switched as a user. Created a user, created a user and switched as a user here. When you run this container, when you run container, if you say, who am I? Who am I? It has to say app user. You're not a root user now. You are a app user now because I created app user. So this user, you can allocate, you can add it to the group and you can maintain. So where you can find this, if your company is an organization is using more Docker context, more big Docker environment, they only depends on Docker Compose or only Docker host things, only container level, not Kubernetes level, only container level. Then these kind of things you might find over there. It's basically on your on-prem server clusters would be your deploying the containers where you can find compose environments, Docker compose environments. So in that cases, you can able to see this user file means permissions, restrictions on the user level. All these things you can able to find here. So this is about the user, run, argument, environment. These are very common instructions that you daily see in your life in the organization. And there is one more called expose. Expose. Expose 8080. That means your container will be going to run on this 8080 port number. That means your container will listen to this 8080 port number if you give this. Otherwise, your container is don't have any information from where it has to listen. If a user, this service is running inside. So this is my container now. This is my container. So this container, my application is running here. My application is running here. So I am an admin. I am the guy who created. I know that how can log in inside this container and do. But there is a request coming from the outside in the internet. How this container should listen. This is a request. This app should respond. On what? On 8080 port number. When request comes through the 8080 port number, then your container will listen to this. So that's why you need to say expose. Expose. But you are running, actually you are running on server, right? On server, right? But your server is actually exposed on different port number. So this container is this one and your server is exposed in the different port number. Let's say 5000. Let's say 5000. Your server is exposed on 5000 port number and your container is exposed on 8080 port number. Then how the request can reach to this container? How the request can reach to this container. You need to do port forwarding. You need to do port forwarding. You need to do port forwarding. So how? Docker run hyphen itd hyphen p port forward 8080 colon 5000 and your my app. When you give it like this, then this container will listen to this. Whatever the request coming to the your server is a host network, and whatever the request is coming to your server, then the request will come to like this. This is called port forward or port mapping. So here you are giving 8080. Okay. Now let me uh, HTTPD. HTTPD. If you go to Docker history, Docker Hub, go to Docker Hub, go to Explore, Nginx or HTTPD. Here you have a path in the Docker file. You can see copy here. What you can do here, paste here. I don't want this. Don't want this. What I'll do, if it is not, then expose an 8080. Save it and run it. Twelve. Not able to create, then what we can do, I'll just remove this. I'll create a new file. Index.html I need to say, sorry, in the run command. Okay, no problem. Index.html. Dockerfile. And just save this and come to the Dockerfile. Fine. And just save this and come and build. And now while you're running docker run -itd-p 8080:8080. I'm giving same port number. Even you can give a 5000 or anything, okay? 5000 port number. I guess it has to be 5000 port number here, which is host, and then like this, which is come from the server to the container. And your my app -12 docker ps my app 12, which is telling that it can be come from the internet 0.0.0 5000 to the 8080. So when I go here, traffic ports, come down here, custom port number, give 5000 and access it. Saying bad gateway, and 8080 port number also bad gateway. Don't know. Not able to access. Let's try to log in. Then try logging into your container. ls index.html was not copied. I said dot. Everything should be copied, but it is not copied inside. If you create also vi or touch index.html echo hello world Dockerfile index.html. Come here, access 5000 port number. No. Then exit. Docker ps. 2 minutes is running. Then I can say copy this. Docker restart your container. It restarted. Now come here and access on the 5000 port number. Still not accessing. 5000 only, right? No. Let's log in into the container and see. htdocs. Index file is here already. That means it is copied under this htdocs. Here also we created. Okay. Exit. Let's run with another port number. I would like to run with the 80 only. 8080. I'll come here and I'll go to traffic ports. The new one 80. See, hello Dockerfile came now. So a small mistake what I have did is this link will be after restarting container. I should again generate this traffic ports link. I didn't done that one. Okay. So that's why it was saying that Nginx not reachable 502. So that is a problem. Now if you see, we can able to expose an 80. 80 and 8080 both comes under the same 80 port number. You might have a question. We exposed as a 8080, but here we are with the command we are saying 80 and 80. So 80 can be an 80 only. It comes under that. It can work in your Dockerfile case. Are you all getting it what I'm trying to say? Yes, now you have all unmute option. Yes, no.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's all for today. And I would like to cover CMD and entry point also, but we already reached CMD and entry point. These are very much important. In every interview, at least one question will come on this CMD and entry point. We'll cover these and we'll go with the networks and volumes and the compose files with the Docker, which is very important. And then we'll start the Kubernetes. But in the Docker file, the compose file is very important. Network is very important. Volume is very important. With the Docker file only, you'll be also doing those things as well. So Docker file is everything for your Docker, for the customized thing. It is not something like you'll get this template from the online. You have to write it like how I'm modifying on each thing. It is not like the Docker images. See, there is a things. Docker image will be created, but while you run as a container, it won't. We also seen, right? It won't. That is the problem because Docker image just a text format. It can be created if it is something looks good, but your container will not run because it is runtime. It is not able to execute. That is the problem. Don't be happy if the Docker image is created. In your organizations also, this is the same thing. Don't be happy that CI pipeline is created a Docker image. While you're deploying in the Kubernetes, your pod will fail. Your pod will say that crash loopback issue. Again, you have to debug. So that is the problem, actually. So Docker image will be, uh, it is not able to run the container means there is an environment variable problem, run instruction problem, like this copy instruction problem, add instruction problem. So these things only will be there in most of the cases. While you're creating multi-stage Docker file, you'll get the problems with the multi-stage Docker files only because it is not able to copy proper path, proper package from the one stage to another stage. So these are all the important things in your day-to-day DevOps life job. Whatever we are now doing, these all things you're going to do. There is a point. If you're not doing also, there would be one point. You have to troubleshoot this. Okay. Okay, let's join tomorrow and we'll learn CMD and entry point and then we'll go with some advanced commands of the Docker, like what is the F and how to delete the images in one go and what is a prune, what is a commit, Docker commit. Okay, so how do we delete all the containers? How can we stop? How can we do health check? How can we inspect? How can we triaging the containers? All this we'll do tomorrow with some advanced commands. Don't miss. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Thank you all.